Greetings, my friends. The fastest 3 hours in media is underway. Rush Limbaugh, the EIB network from the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies on Friday.
Live from the Southern Command in sunny South Florida, it's Open Line Friday.
Open Line Friday, have at it. Whatever you want to talk about, pretend that it is your show. And if there's something out there you're just dying for people to know, this is the day you call. If there's something out there that you think only I can answer, which I would understand, have at it. If you think there's something out there that hasn't been talked about that needs to be, this is the day to go for it. Telephone number is 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbo@eibnet.com. I mentioned moments ago that there's the police union in Baltimore has not alleged, but they have referenced that there may be a conflict of interest between Marilyn Mosby, the state's attorney, and the family legal representation of Freddie Gray. And here's what it is. The Freddie Gray family lawyer is the ponytailed Billy Murphy. He's got a cute little 2-inch ponytail. He's a bald-headed guy, got male pattern baldness. You've seen him out there. And over the course of many years on cable TV, he's been a respected guest during OJ and a number of other cases. You may not know who I'm talking about now, but if you saw him, you'd recognize him. Cute little 2-inch ponytail back there. You can only see it, on a side shot. He's their lead attorney. There's no question that the Gray family cannot afford him. But he's their attorney. He was among Marilyn Mosby's biggest campaign donors last year when she ran for state's attorney. He donated the maximum individual amount allowed, which is $4,000 in June, which is fine. Don't misunderstand. Not alleging anything here. Mosby campaigned just a few months ago. She's only been in office for 4 months. She campaigned on the premise of getting the police under control. She ran unopposed in the general election. In other words, the Republicans didn't even try. She did not have a Republican opponent. It wouldn't have mattered if she had. The Republican wouldn't have gotten enough votes to actually count. She is married to a city councilman, Nick Mosby. And that is the near conflict that the Baltimore Police Union is alleging is relevant here. So the question now is, will all of these charges, they are just voluminous. The second-degree murder, the manslaughter, unintended this, intended that, malfeasance over here, not caring about something over there. It's a long list of charges for all 6 of these cops. Will that quiet the unrest? Will that quell the uprisings? Because many people think that that's what this is really all about. Because I'm telling you, I went through this in the first hour, but you go back and you look at the news yesterday, and none of what was going to happen today was reported, and we were told that what did happen today was not going to happen. But then the Reverend Sharpton of the Justice Brothers arrived, and everything changed. And the Reverend Sharpton, we played the soundbite earlier, is now saying, essentially, we tried. We have tried working with the police all over this country, and it isn't working. It isn't helping. We are still victims of injustice. And there isn't any social justice going on out there. And the Reverend Sharpton says that basically what we need is a national takeover of policing in this country, which they're doing with the help of Obama. Every one of these police departments, Ferguson, and try it in New York City, but there have been 15 or 17 police departments after various incidents of some controversial nature. The Justice Department under Eric Holder went in, said, you guys, you want federal assistance, community, you want federal money, you're going to have to reform your police departments under our guidelines. And the federal guidelines choke these police departments. And they have really no choice. The feds, the DOJ comes calling, and tells you the way it's going to be, or you don't get any money. Well, that's because nobody has any money, so that's the way it ends up being. And this is how Obama and the left are changing the structure and the definition, the intent, the overall purview of police departments. And the objective is to rein them in, is to really restrain them. Because the presumption under which all this is happening is it's the police departments who are guilty. It is the police departments all over the country who are responsible. And now including Baltimore, and Sharpton talking about the need now for a takeover. You see where Obama has said, after this incident, after all the rioting that's gone on in Baltimore this week, Obama said the first thing he wants to do is plant himself on a beach and start drinking out of a coconut shell. And then after that, he wants to go back to community organizing, which kind of surprised me because I didn't know he ever stopped. Community organizing. What is community organizing? Community organizing, there's another word for it. It's agitating. And that's what he said he wants to go back to. That's where he thinks he's had the most impact. Well, before he became president. Last night on Your World with Neil Cavuto, Leland Vitter, Fox reporter, was doing a segment on the unrest in Baltimore and played a clip here of his attempt to ask the mayor questions about her actions during the Baltimore riots. Name is Stephanie Rawlings Blake. You will hear in this soundbite the Justice Brother, Reverend Sharpton. It's number 5. We're starting here with number 5.
What do you have to say to the businesses who were looted because of your order to stand down?
Can you excuse me 1 minute?
You don't have anything to say? Nothing to say to the business owners. What about to the police who are injured?
Excuse us, sir?
I'm sorry. Hey, excuse me. Hey, why can't we ask questions? Why can't we ask questions?
Now, you didn't see it, but Vitter got shoved there. He got pushed back a little bit. Reverend Sharpton said, can you excuse me 1 minute? You don't have anything to say? Can you just excuse us? Nothing to say to the business owners? What about the police who were injured? Excuse us, sir. I'm sorry. Hey, excuse me. Hey, why can't we ask questions? Why can't we ask questions? Sharpton was shoving him out of the way. Here is the mayor, Stephanie Rawlings Blake, explaining her path to power.
Went to the best high school in the city, Western High School. Went to the best college that I could get to, Oberlin College. And when I got there, I said, if I'm going to be of service, I need to know a few things. I need to know how government works. So I studied government. And I need to know economics. I took 3.5 years of economics. I don't even like economics. But I said I have to learn it if I'm going to be of service. Then when I left there, I went to law school. Why? Because I thought it was important training for the work that I intended to do for my city. And as soon as I got out of law school, I ran for city council. And why? Because I love this city.
Now, what's missing here? As you listen to her basically read her resume and her education history, what is missing? She went to the best high school in the city. Then she went to Oberlin. Oberlin, by the way, that's Lena Dunham's alma mater, where the fake rape happened that didn't happen. Oberlin College, one of the most left-wing, and that's saying something, universities in the country. And she says, I needed to know how government works, so I went to a class. I studied government. I had to know how government worked. Okay, what are you going to be taught about government and how it works in a classroom with a bunch of instructors at the most liberal university in the country, or one of? Well, whatever you're taught, you learn it all in the classroom. And then economics. I knew I needed to know economics, but I don't like economics. I hate economics, but I knew I had to learn it if I'm going to be of service. So she learned economics in the classroom at one of the most left-wing universities all across the fruited plain. And then after learning about government, and then after learning about economics, all on campus, she then went to law school because she figured that the work she intended to do for her city and her community, she would have to know the law. So she went to law school and another bunch of classrooms. And as soon as she got out of the classroom, she ran for city council. Why? Because she loves the city. What's missing is just like Obama. What's missing with Obama? What's missing with everybody in the Obama cabinet? What's missing with every high-ranking individual in the Obama regime? Experience in the real world. I don't like using the term private sector. I actually think it's a negative. I think when low-information voters hear private sector, they think it's a bunch of Wall Street people talking about technical things that is not for them. The economy. They have no real world in day-to-day life. Whatever she learned in the classrooms at Oberlin College is what she has taken to the mayor's office. And now she has graduate school with the Justice Brothers. And that would be the Reverend Sharpton. It's Open Line Friday. We got calls next when we get back.